Hello everyone, welcome back to Steam Code. In this video, I'll show you how to start creating this task list with our React native app that we started in the last video. So by the end of this video, you'll have the capability to have a text input box, so you can place whatever you want, and then a button. Now these don't interact just yet. We haven't added listeners to them, but they exist and they're formatted correctly. So let's get over how to do this. So the first thing you need to do is have the proper imports. So I imported style sheet, text, and view from the last video. Those are the defaults. But then also text input, which is this box right here, and the touchable opacity, which is this button. Now React does have a button component that you can import, but the reason I chose not to do that is because the button is not as customizable as the touchable opacity. For example, you can't change the background color as easily, and you also can't change the height or the margins or anything that you can do with the touchable opacity. So next, you can have whatever text you want. I have place your tasks below and keep track. Underneath my hello world, this is Steam Code. And then I created another style. Now this is just the style that's going to contain these two elements right here. And the reason I created this new style is because I wanted to have it properly styled in a row format. And so as you can see here, the style for this view is styles.inputRow. So if we scroll down to the input row style within our styles, all I have within this input row is flex direction row. Now what this does is it stylizes both the input box and the button as a row. Now, if this was stylized without this flex direction, then as you can see, they're placed one under the other. So this just makes it look better and also makes it more understandable. Next, we have a text input within this style. This text input is this that you see here. The style is styles.input, which I'll show you in just a second. And the placeholder, which is what appears when there's no text. So as you can see, once I start adding text, then the placeholder disappears, is place task here. You can add whatever you want. And for the input, let's go over the style. So the border is 2 pixels solid black. You can see that. The border radius, which shows how curved the border is, I put to 2.5% because I didn't want the border to be a straight rectangle. I want it to be a little curved. The height is 30 pixels. The padding, which is the inside padding. And so if the padding did not exist, the text would be placed directly close to the edges. So if I change the padding to 1 pixel, then as you can see, the text is now that close to the edge. Back to 10 pixels. And the text is a little further. So you can change that to whatever you want. That's just how I like it. Now the margin top is the distance from this text input to this text element right here, and that's 10 pixels. The margin to the right, which is the distance between this text input and the button, is 5 pixels, and all the content is justified to flex start. You actually don't need to do this, so if you take that away, it'll still work just fine. I just had that as a test. Now next, we have the touchable opacity, or the button. So the style, I have it set to add button. And within this touchable opacity, we have the text. And the text is just this plus sign that you see here. You can change this to whatever you want. So say I say add and save. Well, it doesn't appear fully because it's not the proper width, but you can change that to whatever you want. And the style for this text is styles.addButtonText. So moving to the add button style, as you can see here, the height has been set to 30 pixels, the background color, black, the margin top, which is, just as I said before, the distance between this button and this text element up here is 10 pixels. The width is 30 pixels, and the text is aligned to the center. So that just aligns this, this plus sign to the center. So if that's removed and saved, as you can see, the plus sign is now aligned to the left. So the add button text now has the color set to white. The font weight has been set to bold. And I also set the font size to 20 pixels. Now, that's all we really have right now. And so just a few things to remember. remember to start within Expo. Also remember that for the styles, everything needs to be separated with a comma or else you will receive an error. And then also you can change these colors or heights however you see fit. This is just a general guide onto how to create this. So in the next video, we're going to be creating some listeners and have it such that once we place text and press the button, it'll appear within our task list. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section down below. Please subscribe. Check out our Discord as well. That's in the comment section, or that's in the description down below. This has been Steam Code, and I will see you all next time.